Well, football is, of course, ultimately just a game, but for the next 2 hours, it might not feel like that. The stadium is full of noise and energy. This certainly matters. A fabulous show of vivid colour and vocal cords. The new-look Camp Nou at its best. If you have just joined, you have just missed the kickoff. Who do you think this turns on, Jim?
Yeah, Virgil van Dijk. He's just about unbeatable in every department, Peter. He's strong, he's quick, he's totally dominant in the air, and what's more, he seems to really love a tussle. His passing's good too, and he never seems to lose it in important areas. I'd expect this team to notch up a lot of clean sheets with him on board.
No argument from me on that front. It's easy to see how his presence alone affects both sides. Maldini looking to pass their way up the pitch. And here's Platini. And it's Vieira. And here's Hullet. And this is Figo. Big chance! And he was there to get a vital touch.
I think he's done great there, both reading it and dealing with it.
Oh, that's a fine interception. Dealt with nicely by the defence. And he's played it back. And it's Jordi Alba. Great chance! And that should get the job done.
Well, height could make all the difference on these set pieces.
Defending of the desperate variety. And now a sudden chance to counter. Now it's Hullet. And this is Messi. Not the best distribution from the keeper. It's a really well-measured ball. Now it's Platini. Figo. Luis Suarez. Oh, he's put a shade too much on that. And he's gone backward here. And this is Luis Suarez. There's the shot! So a third of the match, or thereabouts, gone, and we still await the first goal. Now it's Hullet. Thuram. He's picked his way through. He's cut it out. And it's been hooked away. Oh, he's felt that, hasn't he? Now it's Hullet. And here's Platini. Hullet. And that is out and behind. It's a good block. Corner number 3 coming up. Not pretty, but it gets the job done. El Salvador have the chance to go the other way. Pass somewhat off target. Expertly cut out, really nicely done. And he can thump it away. Yaya Toure. El Salvador are a team that's fond of the low block. They... Shevchenko! Crossbar comes to the rescue. And a terrific save from the keeper.
Really anticipated that well, didn't he?
Aims beyond the defence. Vieira plays the game a step ahead of almost anyone. Costa Curta gets across to intercept that. Figo. Del Piero. Del Piero unable to make it happen for all his good intentions. Now it's Platini. Figo. That's going across goal. Ferdinand with the clearance. El Salvador do have a chance to counter here. Oh, good-looking ball. The less said about that pass, the better. And it's Hullet. Platini. Luis Suarez. Vieira. And this is Hullet. Good read, needed to be. Hullet. Half-time getting close now. Varane kept his eye on it, and he's there.
They've got to be quick moving this forward.
Little doubt, that is a foul. And that's going to be a booking. Well, this is worrying. He is not the sort of player who tends to stay down. And this is Del Piero. And the pass is intercepted. That's an imaginative pass. Van der Sar attempts a clearance. Well, the idea was a good one. The execution of it, not quite so.
Well, that's down to a simple miscalculation. No more, no less.
Habrá un minuto de descuento.
And here's Hullet. Now that's well seen too. That's destined for the flank. Now it's Del Piero. The whistle's gone, and that's it for the first half. So neither team were able to take the lead, but it certainly hasn't been for the lack of trying. So neither side yet off the mark.
It's not a bad game by any means, Peter, but it definitely needs an injection of some invention, creativity. There's so much you can do with all that industry by just adding a little bit of skill.
So both teams still stuck on the starting blocks here, 0-0 at the break. And we get things going again.
Barcelona are probably feeling relatively good about themselves, so I don't think the manager has seen anything to change in his half-time team talk.
Figo. Rafael Varane is someone so often referred to as the defender's defender. Messi going forward, and it's Vieira. Vieira is the guilty party there. Just a talking to, I think. Yes, it is. Not too many have the power, or indeed the accuracy from this range. Would he dare to have a go? Oh, what a save from Van der Sar! Oh, smart save, he had plenty to do.
Absolutely terrific reflexes, goalkeeping at its very best.
El Salvador have their second corner now, and it's been taken short. Thuram. And now they can spring out of defence. Now it's Luis Suarez. That's good running with the ball. And here's Platini. And he welcomes it in. It's Luis Suarez! They've got to be quick to recover this. And it's Jordi Alba. He's having a shot! Oh, the ball's run loose here. El Salvador are looking to play on the counter here, aren't they?
Well, I think it's pretty clear they've changed their shape, certainly when defending at least, because they've got to be ready to hit them hard on the counter-attack, and that seems to be the plan.
He's had a shot! And that's a good finish. And we have liftoff. Pressure, what pressure? He feels none of it.
Well, he had to deal with an awful lot of unwanted attention, but his tenacity won the day.
Barcelona have taken the lead.
Well, talk about the perfect start to the second half. They've certainly come out with more purpose, more energy, and it's paid off beautifully. Incentive set and incentive met. Now they've got to take it on another level.
Well, it's being given no time to dwell on the ball here.
Yeah, and what they've got to realise, Peter, is that they won't get away with excessive force for long, so...
Impressive! He's beaten the keeper, but hit the post!
Cambio de jugadores.
So time for change, and this one has been on the cards for a little while. The message is clear, none shall pass. Pinged towards the front line. Searching pass he's played there. Nice interception, his positioning was spot on. Rijkaard has been caught there, it's a foul.
That's alert and sharp and very well played.
Vieira. That's a sharp pass.
It's the sort of situation that they'll want to capitalise on now.
Looking for options for movement. And into the grateful arms of the keeper.
Well, it's definitely the right attitude and application, Peter. They've got to keep pushing.
They're coming again and again.
I think they just have to keep forcing the issue and they'll get clinical.
Oh, he's enjoyed that. He evidently loves the contest. And the keeper gets his hands on it. Your impression so far, Jim?
Peter, they're leaving nobody guessing now. This is a decisive attempt to go further in front.
No messing about, just bludgeoned away. Oh, that's well spotted.
Adriano really needed to concentrate on protecting the ball. Then again, he was being very closely marshalled.
Shapes to shoot! And that would have been game, set and match.
Well, for me, he seems to be playing with a lot more zest now. He does look the most likely to grab that second goal cushion.
Cambio de jugadores en el Barcelona. El
The
dorsal
two
6,
coaches are signalling
Rafael
changes
Barragán.
here, both at the same
El dorsal
time.
13, el dorsal 5, el dorsal 9.
Nice looking ball.
El dorsal 3. Serán sustituidos por el dorsal
Keep calm
18,
and carry on.
el
That's the
dorsal
job in a
21,
nutshell now.
Rosicky, el dorsal 10, el dorsal 11.
No,
el
that's been
dorsal
intercepted.
20. Se va a llevar a cabo un cambio de jugadores.
Now it's Pelé. Now, what about a counter-attack? That has ended up in no man's land. Jordi Alba. 1-0 as we head towards the end. And that's been intercepted.
That was well played, well stopped.
A mixture of good defending and indecisive passing. No progress. Vieira. Passes coming off in quick succession here.
Well, it's probably safe to say now, Peter, that it's going to be all about game management from here.
Soboslai. I think we're just about done here. And that interception was most necessary.
He read that really well and stopped it.
It's a pretty loose pass. Nice physical challenge. No foul, says the referee.
Habrá 3 minutos de descuento.
And he stands tall, impenetrable. And that was very necessary. Fourth official showing that there will be 3 minutes of added time.
He looked rushed. He should have waited for some movement.
And that will be the final act. Well, that was tense. Boy, that was tense. The two sides separated by the game's only goal. How would you summarise what we've seen today then, Jim?
Well, it turned out to be a bit of a slow burner, this one, Peter. Still, I think the goal did come at a good time, and some of the defensive displays after that were pretty good. In fact, looking back, the goal came at a great time.
Well, that's it for tonight's match, so it just remains for me to thank Jim Beglin alongside me and to wish you all a very good evening. Well, football is, of course, ultimately just a game, but for the next 2 hours, it might not feel like that. The stadium is full of noise and energy. This certainly matters. Well, the stage is set for a stirring showdown here. The supporters in great voice, and there's a real sense of anticipation in the air. Game on. There's the whistle, and here we go. Well, at 6'6", and with that sort of a physique, Jim, Daniel van Belten was only ever going to be a monstrous centre-half, wasn't he?
Yeah, and a very good one at that. The first Belgian, I believe, to become a European champion at club level.
Yes, he was. And to do that, you've got to be pretty handy. It's Luis Suarez! And the keeper has reacted superbly there.
Well, it's probably going to take something very special to beat him today. Size really matters, and it's time to make it matter now.
Oh, that's neat. Nicely weighted ball. And now a sudden chance to counter. That's an imaginative pass. Van der Sar getting this one clear. Madrid have it back and can go again. Cross deflected behind for a corner. Towering header! He doesn't look too happy with that.
Yeah, he may have snatched at that a bit, even though it was quite close.
Looking for the run. Oh, now here's an interesting matchup. Cafu calmly anticipates. Couple of decent early chances. It bodes well for an exciting game. And here's Hullet. Really fierce, close defending. Mateus. And it's Michel Platini. Jordi Alba. Now it's Platini. Oh, the ball's gone astray. Rijkaard kept his eye on it, and he's there. And that has been cleared. If you have just joined us, well, you've missed no goals. Varane spots it and intercepts. That has not gone well. Vieira.
If they want to counter, they could do with more speed.
The most accurate pass. McAllister. Mateus. Vinicius Junior. Philippe. Great chance! And there's his goal! And a trademark move ends with the inevitable classy finish.
Yeah, when you're hit on the counter-attack like that, it's like walking into a sucker punch, and they're dazed.
Madrid penetrate first. It is a truly precious lead.
Well, that's changed the mood entirely, as you'd expect, Peter. It'll be fascinating now to see what kind of reaction it will cause.
Chance! Oh, fine stop from the keeper.
Really anticipated that well, didn't he?
Corner number 2 then. Van der Sar breathes a sigh of relief as he gets his hands on the ball. Barcelona have the chance to go the other way. Couldn't squeeze it through.
Well, I wouldn't quite advise they should resort to risk-taking at this stage. There's plenty of time left yet.
Royce! Oh no, it's an own goal!
No, I've been there myself, and that's the last thing he wanted to happen. I really sympathise.
So one moment's crazy confusion, but they all count.
Listen, sometimes you need that little bit of luck in games like these.
Now it's Vinicius Junior. Rijkaard does really well to win the ball there. And he's gone looking for safety. Oh no, what has happened here? Oh, nicely intercepted. Defending was strong and firm. Well timed, excellent interception. Vieira. Some intricate passing, looking to progress the ball. Ambitious ball here, and he's worked it through. They're urging him to shoot. Can he finish? Relentless, just relentless. And they are disappearing out of sight. A momentary lapse, mercilessly exploited. They were absolutely lethal.
Well, look at the manager here, he's absolutely fuming and he has every right to be. You can't win football matches if you give the ball away like that.
A case now of complete control. He's had a fair tumble under that challenge. Rijkaard has got himself a free kick, and he's going to have his name taken. Vinicius Junior. Now it's Royce. Oh, some astute defending there. Now it's Hullet. McAllister, and it's Royce. Knocks it into space. He's had it taken off him. Royce was alert to the possibilities, but in the end it's fruitless. Rafael Varane proves too strong, too smart. That's good running with the ball. Showing good feet. Vinicius shoots!
2 minutos de descuento.
Into the arms of the goalkeeper.
Well, it didn't quite come off this time, Peter, but that's a warning to the opposition. This team know how to counter and they'll be looking to do it every chance they get.
Vinicius Junior. Rijkaard. That's good vision. So, a temporary halt to the action. Oh, who would have thought it? A huge chasm between the two teams already, and it might grow even wider in this second half. So that was the first half, and we will be back with the second half shortly. And if you have just joined us, well, we've just begun the second period here.
Barcelona really have to pick things up here. Their opponents are going to set up to play on.
And the shot! Oh no, this does not look good. And this is Luis Suarez. Platini. Cafu. Vinicius Junior. Mateus. He has found the way for decent chance! Great football, shot and save.
Madrid really are good at what they're doing. They'll gladly take any opportunity to launch that counter.
Corner number 3 coming up. Barcelona are looking to go forward now. That's an untidy challenge. Free kick given. Now then, the ball's come loose. Hullet was only too happy to help out in defence.
He's dealt with that very well, Peter. It's a real show of discipline.
Crunching tackle. That is a jarring tackle, but apparently nothing wrong with it. McAllister. Madrid appear to be happy to let their front players stay up front all the time. He's having a shot! A whisker away from making it 4. A
think that's just more proof that this team is very comfortable playing on the break. They're really swift.
Se va a producir un cambio de jugadores.
Corner number 4 coming up here.
Filippo Inzaghi. El dorsal 8.
Ronaldinho, who's short.
El dorsal 15. El dorsal 19. Serán
Neymar
sustituidos
stood his ground
el
strongly.
dorsal 22. El dorsal 11.
Well, the way this game is offering less possession, they'll need to have a very good conversion rate.
Stojkovic. Stojkovic. Look at the space here. He might be in here. And Berbatov! And he's stuck it away. This day becomes absolutely perfect. Utterly ideal. That really is quite fabulous. All his own doing.
Well, from the moment he got involved, he looked as if he'd go all the way. Terrific.
Berbatov! Berbatov, brilliant! He's got himself an absolute peach. They are getting horribly bullied, and it seems there is plenty more to come.
Some of those players look totally lost out there now, Peter, and you can't...